They abandoned the old woman, then discovered what she had done for them for years. Nobody visited Mama Grace. Her children had left the village and stopped calling. Her neighbors rarely checked on her. Even people she had once helped now walked past her small house, as if she did not exist. Everyone thought Mama Grace had become old, weak, and useless. Then one morning, a wealthy stranger arrived in the village carrying an old brown envelope. He asked one question. Where's Mama Grace? Nobody knew why he wanted an old woman. Everyone had forgotten. When he finally found her, he did something that shocked everyone. He dropped to his knees in front of her. Then he opened the envelope and pulled out a letter written more than 20 years earlier. As he read the letter aloud, the crowd slowly fell silent. Some people began to cry. Because they were about to discover the sacrifice Mama Grace had kept secret for more than 20 years. And they would finally understand that the woman they had abandoned had once saved them all. Mama Grace had not always lived alone. Many years earlier, she was known as one of the kindest women in the village. She raised 3 children, worked on a small farm, and helped anyone who came to her door. If a neighbor had no food, she shared what she had. If a child needed school books, she found a way to help. If someone became sick, Mama Grace stayed beside them through the night. But as her children grew older, they left the village. At first, they promised to return, then the visits became fewer, the phone calls stopped. Soon, Mama Grace was alone. People began to see her as an old woman who had nothing left to give. But they did not know her greatest secret. 20 years earlier, the village had faced a terrible crisis. Families were losing everything, children were going hungry. And Mama Grace had made a choice that would change hundreds of lives. She gave up something precious to protect people who might never know what she had done. She never asked for praise, she never told anyone. But now, after 20 years, the truth was finally coming home. Show Mama Grace's lonely daily life. Her children ignore her calls, neighbors treat her as invisible. A poor child becomes one of the few people who visits her. Mama Grace secretly helps the child with food and school supplies. The village continues believing she is useless. The wealthy stranger arrives and begins asking questions about her past. Take the story back 20 years. The village faces a terrible crisis. Families are losing their homes and farms. Mama Grace discovers a way to help. But helping everyone will require a painful personal sacrifice. Her husband warns her not to give up everything. Mama Grace makes her decision. She signs an important agreement that saves many families. She tells her husband, one day, they will understand. She sacrificed her own land and savings to protect struggling families. She refuses to tell the villagers. Her children misunderstand her sacrifice. They believe she wasted the family's future. This becomes one reason they eventually leave her. Mama Grace accepts their anger rather than exposing the truth. Ending beat. The old letter reveals that the sacrifice was made in their name. The stranger reveals that he was one of the children Mama Grace helped. He has spent years searching for her. The old agreement proves what she did. The villagers realize many of their homes exist because of her sacrifice. Her children return after learning the truth. They are ashamed of how they treated their mother. Mama Grace refuses to insult or punish them. Instead, she tells them that she only wanted them to understand her heart. Her children kneel before her and ask for forgiveness. The village honors Mama Grace. Her children move back closer to her. The community restores her old farm. The child she helped grows up and becomes a teacher. Mama Grace finally receives the love and respect she never demanded. Show that her sacrifice continued changing lives. Sometimes the people we call useless are the same people who once gave us everything. And sometimes, by the time we discover their value, we have already forgotten how much they sacrificed for us.